from Spooler Stadium.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision. So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 2. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion, introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. They might see a number and say, wow, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and it gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a
Fine Arts Department Snider High School proud to present for your halftime enjoyment the Mahoney Panther Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Kevin Clee, and this is Helen Hotmeyer. Drum majors are Brandon Kringle, Diane Luffman, and Nicholas Decker. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Mahoney Panther Marching Band on the 2017 Marching Competition Show at Highlands Night Days.
Active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom. It aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Oh. Oh. 2. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion. Introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting.
We're back live here at Spooler Stadium where the Panthers lead at halftime 35-12 over the Archers. Here's some of the score updates from around the area tonight as we have them. It is Carroll over Northrop 28-7, where Jack Miguel has connected twice with Gavin Vogt for touchdowns tonight. The last score update we had on Concordia and Bishop Lures, Concordia was leading 14-7. And in the late in the third quarter, Homestead led Dwenger 35-0. At halftime, it was Leo over New Haven 17-14, and also at half, it was Woodland over Bluffton 35-7. So those are the scores we have for you from around the area. Now the stats first for the visiting Archers. Tonight, starting quarterback for the Archers is Mikhail Stevenson. He is 5 for 13 for an even 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Daniel Oles got to start at running back tonight as Michaelan Harrison is sitting out, and he has 6 rushes for 23 yards. Dunbar has 4 rushes for 7 yards. DeMarque Perkins, he's kind of a slash tight end wide receiver type player. He has 2 receptions for 38 yards and a touchdown. Everett Merritt has 1 catch for 41 and a touchdown for the Archers. For the Panthers in the first half, Michael Hoppert, their quarterback, was 13 for 22, 160 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Their running back, Anias Lockett with 19 rushes for 172 yards, and he has 3 touchdowns here in the first half. David Knockason with 3 catches for 38 yards and a touchdown. Simon Dellinger with 1 catch for 24 yards and a touchdown. And Elijah Maxwell, 6 catches, 67 yards, and no touchdowns. Here's the scoring in the first half. It was Southside on the board at the 6:13 mark when Mikhail Stevenson hit DeMarque Perkins on a 16-yard touchdown pass that capped a 45-yard drive after Southside picked off Michael Hoppert. The PAT was no good. It was 6-0 Southside. And then a little less than 2 minutes later, Snider was on the board at the 4:34 mark when Anias Lockett ran it in from 19 yards out. That capped a 73-yard drive. The extra point was good. It was 7-6 Snider at that point. And then at the 2:25 mark of the first quarter, it was Snider on the board again when Anias Lockett ran in his second touchdown from 2 yards out. That capped a 49-yard drive. The point after attempt was good. 14-6 the Panthers at this point. And then at the 10:56 mark of the second quarter, it was Hopper to David Knockason for a 7-yard touchdown pass. That capped a 49-yard drive. The extra point was good, 21-6 at this point. At the 6:40 mark of the second quarter, it was Hopper to Dellinger for a 23-yard touchdown pass. That capped an 82-yard drive. The score was 28-6 after the point after attempt, and the Panthers were rolling at that point. And then Southside gets on the board at the 137 mark when Mikhail Stevenson hits Everett Merritt from 41 yards out. That capped a 59-yard drive, and the Southside Archers went for 2, did not get it, and they trailed 28-12 at that point. And then with just 4 seconds left in the first half, it was Hopper to Lockett for an 18-yard touchdown pass. That kept a 64-yard drive. Snider kicked the extra point. It was good, and at half we were at 35-12, the Panthers lead. So we'll see if Anias Lockett returns to the game on that last touchdown catch. He was hit pretty hard in I believe it was the left shoulder. So we'll see if he comes back out. If not, the Panthers have a plethora of running backs in their stable, and we may see Cam Trotter or Lenny Bennett here in the second half. We'll take a quick timeout here at Spooler Stadium. We are at halftime with the Panthers leading 35-12.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
We're back live here at Spooler Stadium where the teams are on the field. We're ready for the kickoff to start the second half. This game, one of the longer running first halves, as most of the other games around the area are well into the third quarter. Southside will kick off. We'll see who's back to receive for the Panthers. I see Derricks and Hoover back there along with David Knockason, as he'll be the farthest guy back. Here's the kickoff by the Archers, and they'll kick it right down the middle. Line drive right to Knockason. He'll field it, and he'll come to the right now, cut it back to the left, and Southside with some good contain over there. A nice block gets Knockason about an extra 8 yards. I think there's a fumble on the play, and I think Southside has the ball. If not, there was a huge hit over there. I think it was the kicker with the big hit. So Snider will start at their own 41. It's a good starting position for the Panthers at their own 41. Panthers will come out. They'll start with one tight end. Actually, they'll go double tight ends, one on each side, 2 receivers, one to the top, one to the bottom. And in the backfield, it looks like Trotter has come in, and he moves. In the backfield now with Michael Hopper is number 6. That is Cam Trotter. Trotter comes into the season with 14 rushes for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns. 1st and 15 now for the Panthers. Here's the snap, and they'll give it to Trotter. He'll cut to the right now, back up the middle, and he'll be taken down there by number 66 of Southside. A new player in there for the Archers, number 66. Guzman on the tackle. Here's the snap. He'll hand it off to Trotter. He'll go left. He'll be able to get outside the contain, and he'll pick up about 1 yard on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Panthers. Actually, I don't think he picked up anything on that. It'll be 3rd and 5 after no gain. They go double tight ends to the right side, will the Panthers. Here's the snap. He'll roll right. He'll look. He'll fire deep. Too high for McCready. And there's a South Side player that got caught up there, and he's down on the field. That's number 6. And he'll pop back up. Now he is ready to go, and it'll be a punting situation now for the Panthers. Jack James will run out to punt. Simon Dellinger will be the long snapper here. He does all the snapping for the Panthers right now. Jack James to kick from his own 32-yard line, and it looks like we have a injured player who just fell down on the ground. I think that is number 6. He was injured right after that play, and he's pointing to his right thigh. And that is Green, Armagh Green, that is down for the Panthers. We'll take a timeout with the injured player on the field, and we'll be back with live action on SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Green is helped off the field. Here's a high snap fielded by Jack James, and he'll punt it away for the Panthers. He runs up and hits a boomer down the field, and it'll take a big Snider hop as we have a flag thrown in there, and it's down at about the 7-yard line, and we'll see who the flag's on. It happened right about the 20-yard line. Don't know who they're going to flag this on. There was a Southside player and a Snider player tangled up right around the 20. It's a hold against Southside, and that'll move him back half the distance to the goal line. And the Archers will start right around their own 5-yard line. See where they spot this. Looks like they're going to go down to the 4-yard line. Mikhail Stevenson back in at quarterback again. He's looked good back there. He's been on time with most of his receivers. Really only one bad pass and one that got deflected that was intercepted by Tavares Brown. But most of the time he has thrown it to the right spot every time. He'll hand the ball off to his running back, Olds, and he'll push forward. Maybe for no gain there. If I'm watching the officials, there's about 4 Snider Panthers all around him, including Lawrence Johnson and McDowell, and maybe Brandon Cox on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 10. They'll give him no gain on that play. The ball at the 4-yard line. The clock ticks down to 10:25 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. They'll go trip receivers to the near side, one to the top. No coverage over there as Hunter Crosby now will run all the way across the field. He'll fake and he'll keep it and run to his right. And Brandon Cox comes around and makes the tackle after about a 2-yard gain by Stevenson. Be 3rd and 7 now from the 7-yard line. Trip receivers to the near side, one to the top. Panthers look to be in a main coverage here. We'll see what Austin France does here as the outside linebacker. Will he drop out? Looks like he will. He does. He'll drop into coverage. A good throw over the middle and picked off by Ethan Hoover. And he looks up and brings it up the field. He picked it off at about the 24-yard line. And he'll return it down to about the 15. We'll call it the 16. Hoover with his 3rd interception of the season. So the Panthers quickly in business in Southside territory at the 16-yard line. The Panthers will bring out the big package this time as they'll bring Kerry Perry in at fullback. Lita will be to the top of the screen. At the bottom will be David Nakason as wide receivers. Lenny Bennett now in the backfield for the Snider Panthers. And there's movement once again by the Panthers. They are completely out of sync on that offense. That is 3 illegal procedure penalties on the Panthers. They're going to need to clean this up before they head to Lucas Oil Stadium next Saturday night to play the Homestead Spartans, who are firing on all cylinders tonight against the Bishop DeWanger Saints. So it'll be 1st and 15 now at the 21. Here's a snap. He'll turn and give the ball to Bennett. He'll run to the left and pick up about 3 yards. Lenny Bennett's a very fast running back for the Panthers. He comes into this game with 14 rushes for 93 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown coming on a 51-yard rush 2 weeks ago against the Carroll Chargers. Hoppert will get under center here. He'll turn. He fumbles the ball. It's on the ground. And I think maybe Hoppert might have got his own fumble back. And maybe a little bit of dew now on the grass out there. The ball might be getting slick, so there's a loss of 1. It's 3rd and 12. And now the Panthers will bring in another wide receiver, Elijah Maxwell. So the Panthers sputtering here in the 3rd quarter when they get the ball in Southside territory. Bennett will stay in the backfield. They'll have 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. South will roll nobody over there, so it's single coverage to the top. Nice throw out there to Elijah Maxwell. Actually, it was to Michael Lito Jr. He drops it, and it'll be 4th down, and the field goal unit will come on for the Panthers. Jack James will be trying to kick a 36-yard field goal here. Dellinger will be the snapper, McCready the holder. So the Panthers with no rhythm here in the second half on offense. This will be for 36 yards. He's got the leg. He plays soccer. Here's a snap, the hold. The kick looks good. It's straight down the middle, and it is good from 36 yards out. The Panthers now lead 38-12 over the Archers. That field goal comes at the 8:21 mark for Jack James. We'll take a timeout with the Panthers leading 38-12 over the Southside Archers. You're watching live high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Snider to kick off here in the 3rd quarter with 8:21 remaining. They lead 38-12 over the Archers. Here's the run up the boot. It goes down the right side. Fielded cleanly at about the 2. And number 7 will bring it up the field for the Archers. See who was on the carry there for the return. As Talon was in there to return for the Archers. So the Archers will start at their own 17 this time. Stevenson still in there at quarterback. Looks like he's got Dunbar in the backfield with him once again. There's the handoff. Good move by Dunbar, and he'll pick up, or was that Oles on that play? 34 Oles on the carry. He'll pick up 6. They'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Archers. In on the tackle there, Luke Owens for the Panthers. Stevenson gets the players all lined up now. He'll go 2 receivers to the top. Have an offset running back. There's a snap. The give to Oles. He'll run to the left. He'll pick up the first down. There's a whole host of Panthers come in there and tackle him. Once again, it was Luke Owens and Brandon Cox in there on the tackle for the Panthers. Panthers with a lot of subs here in the second half. Stevenson goes over and gets the play from Coach Roosevelt Norfleet. Southside has looked better tonight than they did last week against Dwenger. They got some good offense going in the second half when they put the quarterback Stevenson in. He'll quick throw to the outside and quickly caught and dropped. And I believe Snider came up with a fumbled ball as number, I think it was 22, tried to reach out with the ball. Everett Merritt tried to reach out and he fumbled the ball. The Panthers in business once again at about the 36-yard line. They'll mark it at the 35. So we'll see if the Panthers can get something going here as Trotter will return to the lineup in the backfield for the Panthers. They go double tight ends to the left. 2 receivers, 1 to each side. That looks like it may be a different running back in there now. No, it's Trotter. He cuts left, goes back right, goes up the middle, has a hole, and will rush for about 6 yards, 6 or 7 yards on that play. Bass on the tackle for the Archers. Bass is having a good night. Good solid defensive player out there. He's got 1 interception and 3 tackles. Here's a snap. Hoppert looks to the outside. A quick throw low, and I think that bounced into Michael Lito Jr. Michael Lito Jr. last week had a bunch of balls thrown his way, but they were all thrown either behind him or completely over him. He's praying that he gets a ball thrown reasonably close to him. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 29-yard line. Southside, they're looking to blitz. They do blitz. Cameron Trotter sees it, runs left, and he'll bust through a hole, and he'll fumble the ball. And Trotter will come up with his own fumble. I'm not sure if it was Trotter who picked it up or Simon Dellinger that ran down the field and fell on that ball. We've got a flag on the field. Trying to see where the flag is at. Lenny Bennett will check in now for the Panthers. It's a block in the back on the Panthers. So we'll see where the flag was at. I see it now. It was inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. So they'll go back 15 yards from the 18. And that will be a 3rd and now 4. Trotter checks out. Lenny Bennett will check in. Snider will go 2 tight ends to the right. They caught Southside blitzing on that play, did Snider. Now they'll hand the ball to Lenny Bennett. He'll cut. He trips over one guy, so a nice tackle there by Brandon Eldridge. It stops the running back from getting any more yards, but it'll be a first down for the Panthers as we're down to the 6-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Hoppert still in the pistol. He's got 2 receivers now to his right, 2 tight ends to the left. Bennett still in the backfield. Southside showing a blitz, and they've come on it. And here's a throw to the outside to Lito. He catches it, and I think he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Hoppert to Michael Lito Jr. from 24 yards out. What a catch by Michael Lito Jr. Wow, what a catch. So at the 5:39 mark, it's Hopper, Toledo Jr. Snider on the board again. What a catch. James to kick the point after attempt. McCready will hold. Here's a snap a little high. Good hold. Kick is up and good. 45-12. Snider leads here at Spooler Stadium. We'll take a timeout. What a catch by Mike Olito Jr. We're watching live high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
We're back live here at Spooler Stadium as Snider's on the board once again with Hopper to Mike Olito Jr. from 24 yards. Score update from around the area. Homestead leads 45-0 over Dwenger. So if these two scores hold, it will be the battle of the undefeated teams next week at Lucas Oil Stadium on Saturday night at 5 o'clock. And that game will come to you live on SummitCitySports.com. James to kick off. He'll run up. Here's the boot. A deep kick. And he drops it, and he'll have to pick it up. He drops it at the 1. It goes back into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and South will start at their own 20. 5:39 remains here at Spooler Stadium. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Parkview Sports Medicine is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. Have any questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more? We've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com. Stevenson still in at quarterback. He's in the pistol formation. Two receivers to the top, one running back offset. They'll hand the ball off to number 24, Dunbar, and he is corralled quickly in the backfield. We'll see who was in on the tackle. It might have been McDowell. Oles on the carry, and he loses 3. It may have even been Ethan Hoover who came up from his safety position to make the tackle there. So Johnson and McDowell on the tackle for the Panthers. Stevenson in the backfield with the Oles. He'll turn, fake, he'll look, throws it over the middle. Another quick hitter there. Very nice play once again to number 11, and that'll be a first down. Number 11 on the catch. That's Omar Jackson on the catch on the quick slant. So nice pitch and catch once again. Nice run up the middle. He'll pick up 2. Oles on the carry. Kopke on the tackle, but he picks up 2 on that play. Stevenson with a good arm. He's got a good action. He throws a good tight spiral, and he throws it right where the receivers need it. He's been on target most of the night. A little bit like Dennis Johnson last year was for the Archers. He'll reset the running back. They'll throw to the outside. He throws it low for his target, Merritt. Intended receiver was Merritt, and he'll get up and have some words with Hunter Causey. And he'll quickly run back to the huddle before the officials see any more of that. So it'll be 3rd and 7 from Southside's own 33. Three receivers to the top, one to the near side. That's Everett Merritt. Have an offset running back in the backfield. There's a dummy count now. They'll reset. Snider once again showing some zone defense here. And they'll go three deep. He'll roll right, throw it deep, and it's up for anybody, and it's picked off by Snider. I believe that was number 16. Jay Sean Underwood will pick it off and take it down to the 41-yard line. The third interception of the night for the Panthers as Underwood picks off a ball that's just floated over out to the right side. And we'll see who comes in at quarterback now for the Panthers, as it will be number 17. John Barnes will be in at quarterback now for the Panthers. They'll take the snap, hand it off to Trotter. Trotter will run left. There's a flag on the field. And another penalty on the Panthers. Illegal shift against the Panthers. 3:46 remains here in the third quarter. And they will move the Panthers back 5. Panthers will have to do some work on this illegal procedure penalties they've had in practice this week. They'll have one tight end to the right, one to the left. Here's the snap, the give to Trotter. He'll bust through a hole, and he's got a convoy out there for him. He'll run through there, and he'll pick up about, we'll say 17 yards. He almost fumbled again. We've got an Archer down on the field, but it looks like he's going to get up here. He does. It's number 14. He gets up quickly off the turf and is ready to go. Once again, that's Bass. Barnes now back in the pistol formation. Got two receivers, one to the top. Trotter in the backfield. Here's a snap, the give to Trotter. He'll go left. He looks, he cuts it outside, and now he's got a wall out there, and he'll be close to another first down. So the Panthers, with many of their still starting offensive linemen still out there, the clock ticks under 3 minutes, as I believe we're either going to have a measurement or an injured player on the field. There is a player down, and I believe that's Snider's Cam. Nope. We'll see who it is out there. We'll take a timeout. We'll find out who the injured player is, and we'll be back live here on Summit City Sports with the Panthers leading 45-12.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
.257 remains here in the third quarter with the Panthers leading 45-12 over the Archers. The injured player on that was Elijah Maxwell, one of the wide receivers that was out there blocking for Cam Trotter, and he got caught up there, maybe twisted an ankle, but he ran off the field, so it looks like he's in good shape to come back. There's the whistle. Both teams will head back out on the field. The wide receivers on the field will be Merriweather and Knockason for the Panthers. They'll go two tight ends, one to each side. In the backfield will be Cam Trotter along with the quarterback, John Barnes. I'm not sure if we'll see Antoine Taylor II in the fourth quarter at some point for the Panthers, a freshman quarterback. He'll turn, fakes it, he'll throw it, and his arm was hit there by Southside. He was looking for the big tight end, Simon Dellinger. He was open, but the ball was, I believe, maybe Barnes' elbow was hit on that. Maxwell will check back in. Knockason will come out for the Panthers. John Barnes' first pass attempt is no good. Trotter in the backfield, two tight ends. And I believe Snider jumped again, but it wasn't called. And Trotter spins, runs to the left, turns upfield, and he'll get down inside the 5-yard line at about the 3. It looked like the tight end on the left side jumped, but it wasn't called. It'll be 1st and goal. We'll mark it at the 4. They'll officially give him the 5. Here's a snap. They hand it off to Trotter. He is just swallowed in the backfield by a host of archers. Bass came in first to slow him down, and then a bunch of archers came in there. Number 52 on the tackle, Lockwood. Out comes Trotter, in comes Bennett. 2 minutes remain here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the snap, 2nd and goal. He'll fake, he'll look, he'll throw a quick pass to the outside to Dellinger again. Threw it way too early as Dellinger hadn't even turned around yet to get to the ball. He had the other tight end actually open in the end zone, McCready. In years past, Snider would have ran in a fullback here and then thrown it to him as he faked blocking there and went out into the flat and was usually wide open. Bennett in the backfield along with Barnes. He'll snap, hands it to Bennett. He'll run right and he will score from 7 yards out. So Lenny Bennett with his 2nd touchdown of the season. And that comes at the 1:46 mark of the 3rd quarter. So Bennett goes over the 100-yard mark officially on the varsity season and has 2 touchdowns. 51-12. Jack James will kick the point after attempt. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good. 52-12 is our score in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a timeout. You're watching live high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
We're back live here at Spooler Stadium on the campus of Northrop High School as Snider leads Southside 52-12. Jack James will kick once again for the Panthers. I want to thank our sponsors tonight, Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center, Inc. Snider waiting for one more player to get out there. Cam Trotter runs on the field, and now we're ready to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's a beautiful night for football here in the Summit Athletic Conference. A lot of big games from around the area. Here's James run up. He'll kick it down the right side. Good catch now and a return now by number 15 of the Archers, and he will get out to the 21-yard line. So we get some new players in here. Reining gets credited with the tackle. That was McGraw on the return. Bryson Reining finally back seeing action after his one and only play of the season he was injured on when he hurt his ankle. He was blocking for Christian Covington and got wrapped up with a defensive player from North Side and went down on his one and only play of the season. Good to see him back on the field for the Panthers. Reining at times plays fullback, but he plays on kickoff coverage as well. Stevenson in the backfield, still in the pistol. The clock is running. He'll fake and keep the ball. That clock was running before the ball was snapped, so I don't know if we have a running clock now. Isaiah Green on the tackle, as now a bunch of new players are out on the field now for the Panthers. Two receivers on each side. One running back in the backfield with the quarterback Stevenson. 45 seconds remain here in the quarter. The snap, they'll give it to the running back, number 15, and he'll break out of one tackle and go to the right side. He's got a lane out there, and he'll turn it upfield. Nice play by McGraw as he was wrapped up trying to go to the left, broke it back to the right, and picks up some good yardage. It'll be 3rd and 5. I think Hunter Causey ran him out of bounds over there. Clock down to 10 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Will Southside snap the ball? I think they will. Stevenson turns around and looks at the clock. I don't think they're going to snap the ball here. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter, with the Panthers leading 52-12 over the Archers. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll be back with live action here on Summit City Sports.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
We got a final score from Concordia, where Homestead wins 42-0 over Bishop DeWenger. First regular season shutout loss for the Saints since 2012. Wide receiver for Homestead, Trevin Taylor, was ejected for a blindside hit. We're not sure if he'll be eligible to play next week against Snider down at Lucas Oil Stadium. So we'll update you that throughout the week on if he is available to play. And Southside now on the field, ready to go here in the 4th quarter. Concordia beats Bishop Luers tonight 28-7. So after Luers starts 2-0 on the season, they've lost back-to-back weeks. Here's the fake, quick throw over the middle. Nice pitch and catch to Omar Jackson. I'll tell you what, those two have good timing between Omar Jackson and Everett Merritt and DeMarque Perkins. And a good quarterback now in Stevenson. They have a legitimate, really good passing game building now for the Archers. And down is Omar Jackson. He'll stay on the ground after he was wrapped up by a host of Panthers after DeAndre Shaw on the tackle. I don't know if that was the original person to hit him, so he is down on the field. We will take a timeout with the Panthers leading 52-12 over the Southside Archers. You're watching live high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced DRs in the country? We did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
The injured player for Southside is up. Omar Jackson, after the pitch and catch in the first down, he was injured on the play, but he went off. He's limping over on the sideline now. Looks to be his right knee possibly, or right ankle. First down Southside. They're out to their own 37-yard line. Good pitch and catch right there between Stevenson and Omar Jackson. Here's a snap. Stevenson drops back. He's rushed. Here comes the rush. He'll spin around. He's a good athlete. He'll take a shot deep. He's got a wide open wide receiver, Perkins, and he catches it and picks up a big chunk of yardage for the Southside Archers. Perkins with 2 big plays tonight. He's got a touchdown this evening. I got to believe that Southside's quarterback Stevenson's got to be getting over the 200-yard passing mark tonight. He's just a junior. Here's a snap. He'll throw. Oh, he throws it behind his wide receiver and almost picked off by number 27 of the Panthers, and that's Michael Brown. Stevenson, a point guard on the Archers team. Coach Foster will like him this year as he will take over the reins for Coach Novell as the head basketball coach at Southside. Play clock down to 15. Oh, and now he takes off. Not sure he had the right call there. Number 8, the wide receiver, comes on the field for the first time, and he jumps offside. So number 8 of the Archers jumps offside, and that is Reynolds. So that'll move the Southside back 5. They'll reposition the running back. Here's the snap. He looks. He'll roll to his left, and Snider in contain there, and that'll be a sack for number 45. Javarius Scott with the first sack of the night for the Panthers. And loss of about 11 or 12 yards. The ball will be back to the Snider 45. So Southside trying a little bit different play there, and Snider stays home on the play. And they come up with a big sack. The clock ticks down to under 9 minutes. I do believe we have a running clock now. Stevenson up to the line. He's got 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. An offset back right behind him. Here's a snap. He'll drop back. He'll step up, throw it deep. The ball flutters up there. The only person that's going to be able to catch that is a Southside player, and he does right at the sticks. That may be good for a first down. To Everett Merritt. Merritt on the catch, so Stevenson tosses one up, and it's good for a first. No, they say he's a yard short. 4th and 1 now for the Archers from the Panthers' 21-yard line. Clock ticks down to 8 minutes. Stevenson's going to get up on that center the first time he's been there, and he'll take it, go right up the middle, and he'll have enough for the first down. A host of Panthers in there on the tackle. 1st and 10. Now at the 18-yard line. Stevenson still in the pistol. Got one running back behind him. He'll drop back, 3-step drop. Now the rush is on once again. He avoids one, and now he's going to be wrapped up. He's still, now he's going to be hit pretty hard there by 3 Panthers. Number 45 once again on the sack. Tavarian Scott with 2 sacks in the last 4 plays. Stevenson goes over, gets the play call from Roosevelt Norfleet. Oles will come into the field now for the Archers. It'll be 2nd down and 18 from the 30-yard line. I think we have a timeout on the field by Southside. With that timeout, we'll take a timeout. Snider Panthers lead 52-12 over the Southside Archers. You're watching live high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
We're back live here at Spooler Stadium on the campus of Northrop High School, where the Panthers lead the Southside Archers 52-12. A timeout for Southside will give them a second and 22 from the Snider 30. Everett Merritt now will have trip receivers to the top, 2 receivers to the bottom. He'll get the snap, he'll drop back, he looks, he fires down the left side, got a wide open receiver. Everett Merritt, it's off his fingertips as he was looking for the pass to the inside and went just behind him. But another real nice pass by Mikhail Stevenson. Clock still runs here. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center, Inc. Stevenson, the quarterback, will send 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the top side. Here's the snap. Good catch there by Stevenson. Good hands. Throws a laser right down the middle, and 2 Panthers. Oh, it deflects up into the air, and now a Panther picks it off, and he'll run up the right side and go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Taranio Hardy picks it off after 2 Panthers deflected. It was actually a good read, I believe, that time by Stevenson as he saw the guy going down the seam. He gets a little more air underneath that. He probably hits that guy in stride, but just a little bit too low and is picked off by the Panthers. Their 4th interception in this game. We'll see who comes out at quarterback. It will be John Barnes. He'll stay in. The clock ticks down to 5:40 remaining here in this game from Spooler Stadium. He'll have Cam Trotter behind him. New offense, a lot of new offensive linemen out there. Here's a high snap. This play's a little bit off, but Trotter gets it. He'll try to get to the outside. He gets around one guy, turns upfield, and then he is taken down quickly by the Archers. His number 55 comes up and makes the tackle. They're going to give that tackle to number 27, so 27 and 55 on the tackle for the Archers. Here's a quick snap, good handoff, and I don't believe the offense was set. A big hit over there. Once again, I think that was 25 on the tackle. .25 for Southside is Jackson. He comes up from his free safety position and puts a big hit on Cam Trotter. Trotter will check out. Lenny Bennett will check back in. Penalty on the Panthers will move them back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Panthers from their own 26. Bennett in the backfield. Here's the snap. They'll hand snap. He busts through the line, turns it upfield, and he'll pick up about 25 yards on that play. Lenny Bennett is a fast running back for the Panthers. The Panthers go 4 deep in the running back. Christian Covington, mostly their main guy, but he's injured tonight and out. Anias Lockett was hit right at the end of the first half when he was blasted after he made a catch and scored a touchdown. He hasn't played here in the second half. It's been Cam Trotter and Lenny Bennett the entire second half for the Snider Panthers. Barnes will take the snap. He'll hand it to Bennett. He'll run to his left. Big open area out there for him. He'll run to, oh, there's a hit. Out of bounds. There's no flag. That could have been an extra 15. No call. The clock continues to run. We're under 4 minutes here at Spooler Stadium. Back into the game will come Cam Trotter. I think John Barnes wants him to get up there quick and snap the ball. He wants to get a touchdown here. Here's a snap, a floater. Oh, picked up by Cam Trotter, and he'll turn it upfield, and he's still running. He'll have a first down. So a bad handoff between the quarterback and running back, and still comes up with a 12-yard gain for the Panthers. Quickly into the game comes some more subs. Barnes directs traffic out there once again. He's got Cam Trotter behind him, 2 receivers, 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. 3 minutes remain here in the game from Spooler Stadium. Here's the snap. They'll give the ball to Trotter. He'll run right. Bounces off of 1 tackle, still on his feet. There's a fumble on the play, and Southside has the ball. Yep, Trotter has gotten away with 1 fumble that he was able to get back. This time he does fumble, and Southside will have the ball at their own 20-yard line. And with that, we'll take a timeout. We've got 2:43 remaining here in the game from Spooler Stadium. You're watching live high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced DRs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
After the turnover by John Barnes, Southside will start at their own 18-yard line with 2 minutes remaining. The clock is still running, so they did not stop it. They let it keep going. We're under 2 minutes to go here as Southside will come out on the field for the final 2 minutes. I want to thank our sponsors once again tonight, Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center, Inc. And now we have a timeout by Southside. And that will stop the clock. Coach Norfleet out on the field to talk to his players once again. We'll take a timeout. You're watching live high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
The timeout is over, and we're down to 1:45 remaining here in the game. As Mikhail Stevenson still in at quarterback, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. He'll give the ball to the running back. He'll run to the right, has a lane there. He'll cut it back into the middle of the field and pick up a first down for the Archers. Somebody's shoe came off. I believe that's the running back. I believe that was Shaw who ran it for the Archers. Clock ticks down to 1 minute remaining here, and here's a whistle once again. We've got a malfunction with a uniform out there, a helmet actually. One of the offensive linemen. They sent an extra guy in. I think they thought they had to take him out because he had his helmet off. He doesn't. And we'll reset here with 45 seconds remaining. Stevenson takes the snap, hands it off. Up the middle comes the running back once again. He's tackled there by number 14 by the Panthers, but he'll get another first down. Shaw on the tackle. And 34 on the run once again. That's Oles. This will be the last play of the game. When we're done here, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with a score recap, and then we will send you home from Spooler Stadium. 10 seconds remaining, and see if Southside's just not even going to run a play here. And that will do it. Snider wins 52-12. We'll take a timeout and be back with final recaps from Spooler Stadium.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
We are back live at Spooler Stadium for one last time as the Panthers beat the Archers 52-12 behind a strong offensive show tonight, especially in the run game. We'll give you a score recap here of how all the scoring went down. First, it was Southside on the board at the 6:33 mark when Stevens hit DeMarque Perkins from 16 yards out. That capped a 45-yard drive. The point after attempt was no good, and the Archers led 6-0. At the 4:34 mark, it was Snider on the board when Anias Lockett ran it in from 19 yards out. That capped a 73-yard drive. The Panthers were on the board, and the PAT was good, and it was 7-6 the Panthers at that point. At 2:25 mark of the first quarter, Snider on the board once again with Lockett once again from 2 yards out. The second of his 3 touchdowns. That capped a 49-yard drive. The point after attempt was good. It was 14-6 Snider at the end of one. At the 10:56 mark of the second quarter, the Panthers on the board again when Hoppert hit Knockason from 7 yards out. That capped a 49-yard drive. The PAT was good, 21-6 the Panthers at this point. And then at the 6:40 mark of the second quarter, Snider on the board again when Michael Hoppert hit Simon Dellinger from 23 yards out. That capped an 82-yard drive. The PAT was good, 28-6 Snider at that point. Southside was on the board at 1:37 of the second quarter when Stevenson hit Everett Merritt on a 41-yard quick slant that he took the distance. That capped a 59-yard drive. They went for 2. It was no good. And the Panthers led 28-12. And then with just 4 seconds remaining in that first half, Snider scored again when Hoppert hit Anias Lockett on an 18-yard pass. That capped a 64-yard drive. The point after attempt was good. The Panthers led at half 35-12. Interestingly, on that last play there for the Panthers, Lockett was injured, did not return to the game, so the Panthers already down. Christian Covington lost Anias Lockett there in the second quarter, but they have a plethora of running backs, and they were able to use their 2 other running backs, Trotter and Lenny Bennett, and they both nearly rushed for 100 yards in the second half. The scoring in the second half was a field goal by Jack James at the 8:21 mark when he kicked a 36-yard field goal. That capped a 16-yard drive. The Panthers were up 38-12 at this point. Jack James now 3 for 3 on the season from distance. At the 5:39 mark of the third quarters, the Panthers were on the board again when Hoppert hit Michael Lito Jr. on a 24-yard pass play. That kept a 35-yard drive. The point after attempt was good. It was 45-12 the Panthers at this point. That play, ladies and gentlemen, might be one of the plays of the year in the Summit Athletic Conference. And then at the 1:46 mark of the third quarter, Snider scored once again when Lenny Bennett runs it in from 7 yards out. That capped a 41-yard drive. The point after attempt was good, and it was 52-12, the Snider Panthers. And that's how it would end here at Spooler Stadium. So that sets up a big showdown next week at Lucas Oil Stadium, where the Panthers will travel on the road and will go play down there, and they will play the Homestead Spartans, who won big tonight over the Dwenger Saints. So that will do it here at Spooler Stadium. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, Sports Center Inc. and Parkview Sports Medicine. Your final from Spooler, 52-12. For my cameraman, John McBride, I am Ryan Dellinger, and you've been watching live high school football on SummitCitySports.com.